Alright, welcome in, and we're gonna wrap up my Aloalo variant tour. No, Matsuya. No. Going down the middle. So the thing is, there's like a single bonus chest you get if you pick a path the same as as Matsuya, or in the other ones, the NPC. You get a single chest. It doesn't actually like, oh, here's we'll guarantee you a X type reward, which would be so much better. It'd be like, if you got a guaranteed reward out of it. Yeah, you're guaranteed one of the items. That would be so much better. Be like, okay, here's an incentive for choosing the same path, but there's no incentive, so. It ups my gear. It doesn't even feel like there's a difference. I mean, I do have one complaint, and I kind of think about it with all the variants. Even though you can solo the content, it is not designed to be soloed at all. It is designed to be done with a group. Because, I mean, and they could program it. If I come with a single person, mobs have X amount of health. And they could definitely do different things with it. But they didn't. I mean, that's choice. I would have set it up so that if character enters with one person, mobs have X health, right? I mean, they did take away positionals and stuff, but that's still not enough. I mean, I don't think it's enough, because you want to do the fight. If you want to solo the fight, you should be able to solo them simple enough without having to worry too much about it. You know, because there were some of those, like the hidden boss. That was not an easy solo fight. Because that boss had so much health and everything that the solo person did not have a benefit in there. I mean, they didn't have the same chance as a group. A group would have taken that boss down in half the time. And a lot of these that I've done solo, a group would have, you know, half the time. That I'm spending on this. Like, if I was with a group, this would have been down by now. Especially if you did a group of all DPS, that would have been. It's a new one for me. South Seas Coal Acanth display. Yeah, I haven't seen that one drop before. I'd love to see the minions drop. Okay. Nobody's. I mean, I don't think the drop... I think that's the other thing with the variants, is the drop rate on the items is very poor. And so... it kind of makes it so that, you know, the repeatability of this just isn't there. If I can't go in and get, you know, once a week or so, and there's supposed to be some flowers here tonight. It's not this one. There's an up one. It's up one. This is the one I messed up the first time I tried this one. But I mean, there's like no reason to repeat once you got like the potsherd rewards, you know. Unless you're like a masochist or something like that. But I mean, and I've heard the same arguments for like Criterion and then the Savage stuff. Give weekly lockout rewards, you know. I mean, like the minion the stuff that drops in here on the variant side is, is not the same as what you'd get in the Criterion, but not everyone's going to run Criterion, not everyone's going to run Savage. So, I mean, providing something that would even the variant dungeon runners, something that they would, need to pick up or something like that for something else, for gearing or something like that would be helpful as well. Especially since this comes out after, most of these come at the same point as the Alliance raid when Shines and Twines are unlocked, which, there's a really good, once a week capability to pick up a Shine or a Twine. That would be like amazing. Because I mean, you have the same capability in the Alliance raid, so why not provide it here in variants as well? I mean, you right now got two choices to get a Shine or Twine from, so. Alright, this is what I didn't do last time. There's a second set of flowers here. But I mean, something like that would be, basically it has a weekly lockout. And I mean, you could tie it to pot shirts or something like that, where, or in like the final chest or something like that, you get an option of picking up, on weekly, as an extra item, one Shine or one Twine based off your choice. And these stupid magic prisms, I don't know why these are even in here. I mean, they're very useless. I mean, I usually sell them on the market board and get a little bit of gil for it. And when I say a little bit of gil, it's a little bit of gil. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm getting something very, useful in-game out of it. No, I'm getting an item. I'm getting a very useless item. I know there are probably say like RPers. I mean, I've seen random people just like throw them around. And I mean, that's their choice. But it shouldn't be something that's forced on to anyone who does this. Type thing. I mean, like if they were exchangeable, that's new. Then yeah, I could totally see it, but they're not even exchangeable. X number of connect X number of the prisms in exchange for shines and twines. Again. The heck? Oh, it shifted according to where I was? So I would have known, no matter where I was, I would never have been in the right spot? In fact, like most groups I observed playing that did this boss rarely ever got to this point. Or we're just finishing off the boss at this point. You know. Whereas there's solo me who's still like working through them. Okay. Crap. Let me save this one. So, I mean, it'd be honestly better if they definitely did certain things more designed to the solo runners on variants. But it wouldn't have mattered where I stood. You rigged that one. I got a Aloalo card. I think I already have that one. That one. Oh, no, not yet. That's the one I didn't have from variant, I don't think. These cards are disappointing too, in fact. And card list. Very disappointing cards. 3, 2, 5, 6. Here's the fairy. 5, 5, 4, 4. Here's the final boss. 5, 5, 5, 7. Like, you want to disappoint me? You know, 1 star. 3, 2, 3, 4. You could have done much better. Because look, here's Zeromus. 1999's. The 5 star. Freaking Durantes. 6667. And then you come over here and you get garbage cards. Alright, so Dungeon Finder. And there has a share of the next trees, but this one puts in the shame, which is truly wonder. And modest night. Day for arithmetic. Speaker. Yeah. Oh, that's raise. See, why can't I have this? This is healer and tank. get a dot. But several healers have dots. You know? Why can't the DPS have that dot as well? Most DPS don't have a dot. I don't have a dot on a Reaper. I mean, I could shift over to my Dragoon and have a dot, but I like the capability of circles. You know, so in order to play this as the class I want, I have to sacrifice other things. And I mean, most of the healers have some sort of dot as well. I mean, you got White Mage with Holy, which is a stun. I mean, the Sage has a single target dot. I don't play Scholar or Astro enough to know if they have dots or not, but I think they have some sort of dot mechanic. So we're basically giving dots. I mean, and most of the tanks have some sort of damage over time capability. So it's, you know, might as well just give all the actions except for the provoke. I mean, tanks don't need that one, but just open them all up. And if they want to pick that provoke option, then, you know, the tank can waste a choice, but it's their choice. But, I mean, the action should be open to everybody. Poisoned. Must have been that, I saw a, AoE marker attack. Spot marker. But I didn't see, the actual, like, I thought I saw one, but I didn't actually see one. Pirates, Matsuya. Pirates. So the funny thing is, I was studying some of the Reaper openers. I don't like any of them. Because they don't take into account certain moves. But I mean, they're done by numbers people who say, you know, you've got to be playing this way or else you're not going to put up X numbers. You won't be able to beat this savage fight. Which I honestly don't care. They put up really good numbers as is. But I honestly don't like... I mean, I can understand why they do it. This is the best way to maximize your damage. But then when you start looking at like stuff for rotations and stuff, or you look at Dancer's opener, which is funny as hell, because it's like, do this unless this procs, and do this, well, unless this happens. If X happens, then, well, you're going to do something different, or, you know. It's like, okay, we're going to tell you how to play as a complete RNG-based job, but we don't, you know exactly what to tell you to do. I mean, a job like Reaper, where if I perform X action, it will constantly provide me with, you know, this one, my 1, 2, 3. It gives me 10 gauge for the red moves. Don't know what they're called. But, you know, because it's different on each one. Each side. But those always give it to me. If I hit my Giblet or the other stuff, if as long as I hit them while they're cycling or highlighted, then I will get a certain proc out of that as well. You know, procs towards my my void scent. And similar things like in Dragoon. But I know like certain things for Samurai are very RNG based. New path has presented itself to you. Before the tree branches formed a path, not you, not the people, not the monsters. Ooh, wow, look at this. That's a new mod. I've never seen one of these like that in the game so far. But, yeah, so like I was saying, it doesn't, like, I know the number of people's put a lot of time into it. They go and hit dummies for hours, trying to figure out the best way. But then when you start fighting certain bosses, then, it goes to hell. Because saying, okay, if you do X, Y, and Z, you will get this out of it. But there are bosses where during the opener, you sometimes move out of melee range if you're on melee. And then, you know, and then it's then what? You know, situation. Hi, things. The hell? Wait, I get them. That's crap. So you take down the Banaras, like take down one of them, and all of a sudden these guys start fighting. Oh, that's cool. I always like their slide points. And boom. Back to this guy. Ooh. Hey, we got the lizard guy. That's one of the minions. I want a minion. I could sell it, but I'd rather have it in my minion. You know, if I get it in another one, but yeah. I didn't have this much luck in the... Although in the rock on, I got like keep going. I need more pot shirts for that one. So, but I mean, honestly, like my opinion on the variants, I do like the fact that it's a dungeon that I can solo, you know, and I don't have to rely on trust or something like that to do them. I wish their rewarding was a little bit better, but see, look at that. There was no way to avoid the to actually get in. The correct position for that. This is different. See? And it would have shifted if I had if I had moved. So I mean that's just such BS. It's a guaranteed golden stack. What? Huh? I shifted that one. Holy garbage. That might show. Hate this fight. And hopefully. What? Oh my gosh. Like. Time on there. Surprised I triumphed. That was garbage. That was. Okay. Let's look at our new story. Branches with thick as ever, a bird like Kalika perched upon them. Yep, I spied no sparrows flitting on the canopy. Because I'm like the other, although his less talkative brother and his king's honor, Kalika was uncharted. The figure of the sparrow chant, "O dancer of the skies, hear me." Then they must prove their sincerity by blowing a kiss. After that, the faithful should circle its perch, passing the turtle in the well, ere the disparaging sparrow, and performing it a sprightly dance and securing the sparrow's favor. After learning this, I blew Kalika a kiss. In response, he sighed deeply and turned his back to me. My heart sank, and then I realized how much I'd come to care about him. Oh my gosh, stupid Outlaw. Okay, so 1, 2, 6, 8. 8 and 10 are the only ones I have left. Oh, I think I did a... Oh no, was that... I got 7 out of that. So I have to find The cat girl. I think that's what it is. But I mean, there are definitely some things that they could do with this when they do get to the 7.0 variants. I would like to see change. So, I mean, but um, I mean, there's a lot of people that would like to see some changes to the variant dungeons in generals, variant criterion, and okay with that. These, I want them to become more. I agree with they need, and it should be some sort of weekly for all three types. I don't think the weekly rewards should be limited to Criterion or even the Savage, Criterion Savage. I think there should be weekly rewards provided if you complete any of the variants. Any of the three. Now, you know, providing different weekly rewards would be, you know, pretty cool. So, so like in your on the variant, it provides things similar to the Alliance raid. And then you go to Criterion where you add you go into Criterion where I wonder if I break those before going up, if it'll change. But I mean, the reward structure should be designed for those of different types. I do agree with that. The ability to earn rewards shouldn't be limited to people doing one certain level of the fight. I do like the fact that in the Savage they did add, I mean, it's a glowy version, but it should be a glowy version that, you know, you can pick up, you get a token instead of having it already, you know, the requirement of having to have this to get this. Well, what if I don't have that augment? Or if I don't need that augmented? Because Savage Raiders don't always grab those. And in order to do Criterion Savage, you have to be BS. It's the only way to do it. But is it worth it for most people? No. But I mean, honestly, they should provide something that helps with gearing for all, for all players. I mean, I can either do nuts or I can, and I can do the weekly alliance rating. That's the only way I can get shines and twines right now. So as a non-Savage Raider, I'm very limited on gear types I can get and stuff like that. So, and getting the sacks of nuts is not easy. So, I mean, you've got either you do hunt trains or you do weeklies and dailies, but there's a very small amount that you can pick up. Using that method. So then me as a player, I've got to wait on getting certain gearing stuff. It takes longer for me to gear. So things are different for, just the standard player. Now I do extremes, so I can get, the extreme weapons, which I have a few of those. I mean, so I do have a way around certain things, but it's still like a lot of content is not designed for players like me and mine still. Because we're still limited on what we can get gearing wise or other things. I mean, but then it's like assuming, oh, well, he doesn't do Savage content, so, he doesn't need these items. Well, I like to have top level gear for stuff. I like to have high level gear so that when I do go into extremes, I'm not like, if I go in, like several people I go in with they do savages and stuff like that, so they have the higher level gear, and then I'm, you know, completely behind them because of that. You know, and I get completely behind because of that. You know, damage-wise for other people. And I mean, you can clear extremes without having high-level gear, but it feels better. I'll put it that way. I mean, it definitely feels better to do more damage. When you have the option to do it. Just wasted that. Oh, these guys didn't. So if you attack the cat girl, these guys don't wake up. If you don't attack her, those guys do wake up. So that's going to change this fight one more time. So, whoa, I got the lizard dude twice now. Holy crap. Well, this one goes on the market board. That will go to the market board. That's pretty cool. But you know, so a lot of gearing wise is not configured towards a more casual player like me, who, you know, I do the alliance raids, I go through the normals, you know, I pick up the gear, I do the crafted gear, and because I don't do savage fights, you know, I'm stuck on crafted gear. You know, slowly picking up the corundum gear as you know, and you know, I can get the corundum gear at the same rate as someone else, but I have to wait. You know, I can't get augmented. Oh, shoot, screwed up. I can't get augmented gear until the alliance raid comes out, and then I can't get an augmented weapon until, you know, a good ways out from that point. So, you know, as a person that's just casually playing, I get limited down over other people for doing similar content types. I hate that. That's a BS mechanic. But, I mean, and so I'm penalized as being a non-savage raider when it comes to gearing, because to gear my tanks and to gear my my maiming, my Dragoon and Reaper, it took me a whole lot longer. I just barely finished getting the few pieces that I wanted, you know, at the augmented level for them. So, because, you know, and that was just to get me up to a point where I was doing a substantial amount more damage. But, I mean, this has taken me way longer than it should have. I dodged out of that one. There's no way I was fixing that one. So I mean, the game rewards those that do high level content, and it doesn't. And unfortunately, it's not like I can get a reward as a, you know. Wait, what? I didn't turn that way. As a, you know, I think I'm defined kind of mid-core type player. I get penalized, you know, because, well, you don't need the better gear, or you don't need X. Oh my gosh, the dude cheated. That was bullcrap. I got turned out twice. And if I'd been playing with 3 other people, well, you know what? I would not have had that problem. But since I chose to run this solo, I have to take 4 times as long to beat a boss. Because damage isn't scaled. That's the one thing that my biggest thing with Criterion, and I hope they adjust that in 7.0, is scalable damage. I mean, not scalable damage, but scalable HP. I mean, it is quite possible to do. It's not a, like, super difficult coding piece, because it's done in like hundreds of other freaking games. And I still got it. There's no way to avoid that. Because if you move, it changes the location. Oh my gosh, seriously? That was bullcrap. This is pushing me away from the boss. This attack. But even like at points there, I can't continually hit the boss. Holy crap, just by running around in a circle around them. Made it so that I could survive that. So I got BS'd on like 2 things so far. But yeah, so me as a mid-level player, because, you know, I do a lot of different stuff. In the game. I mean, I'm not a Savage Raider, so I don't do the Savage and Ultimates most, you know, just... The Ultimates interest me a little bit, but it's like, okay. It's honestly not enough to get me to want to do it, so... And I wish they would do an LB of sorts that you could earn as a solo player. Because they do give LB in this fight to groups of 4. So that's, you know. You can give me LB in PvP, but you can't give me LB in variant as a single. But they should fix that one. Color, what? You caught a fish. Well, these notes are from the last one I got is 10. And 10 looks very easy to get through. But, I don't know. I wonder how many pot shirts I'll have available. Let's see. 16? I don't remember what I need to get from this one. Hey, look! We chose the same way! But, so... I would like to not be punished as a just regular player in the game. When it does come to gearing, because I think honestly I could have done more damage here. I mean, soloing this would feel better. I think as if I had better gear completely. And I mean, I'm not saying I'm a slouch because I've got the Void Vessel there. I've got, you know, 660 head, which is the best, you know, without having Savage gear. This is, you know, the best gear I can come up with. I could probably change this one, but I don't have the tomes to do it because they're so limited on tomes. But these items without having the Savage stuff, that's, you know, they are the best ones. I could probably do better with the tome. I think I could maybe get better stats out of the tome, but since I'm only limited to one, I have 2 augmented rings. Stop killing me. But, I mean, so, but it took me up until this, like, this week of getting tomes and stuff to get my, just to get my Reaper to this level right here, to 655 eye level with, you know, augmented pieces on everything, augmented to different levels. The war scythe I got the other day while I was doing the extreme with my FC members. Still no kitty. But I'm 2 cats shy right now, I think. Yeah. Let's see. Fix the fallen statues. Trying to remember. I think if I fix the fallen statues, I don't have to do that mechanic. But I don't remember. But, so, I mean, that's kind of my opinion on some things when it comes to certain things. I still find the game fun. I mean, having the best gear doesn't, you know, make it so that I can't do the stuff that I do. It makes it harder. You know, I gotta spend longer time in fights like this one. You know, it'll take me longer time to do enough damage to an enemy versus the shorter time. That I'd prefer to have. You know. So, I mean, and that's my gripe on gearing, honestly. You know, it does make it. It does feel. You know, yes, you can get crafted, but crafted is not good for everything. I can get augmented crafted, but it's not the same as having that 660 gear that the, you know, is reserved for raiders. You have to raid to get the cool stuff. It's kind of BS there. Unless, you know, except for the relic. But then again, the relic isn't the best weapon on the market for me right now. You know, it's like the trade-off is so bad. Low stasis. Let's see. Not interested. I deny such a... You're not innocent. You're a jaded little fairy. Because we found out in the little story that you're jaded because you got left. Although I wonder if she was like, if there's any little like extra story things or, you know, stuff that pops up if you have a scholar with Celine, or you have a summoner. Because that would be something cool to add in, you know, because she is a jaded little fairy. Because she got left behind by the Arcanists. So if you had someone with the job that she was upset about, you know, having their own fairy with them. And then, you know, being there with that one, be like, oh, you, that fairy, da, 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 da. That would have been interesting. Okay. Don't touch the chest. Go through the door. Because I've done this and I touch the chests. Draw mimics. I packed those chests. No, they weren't packed full of goodies. They're packed full of things I want to chomp on my butt. I've played with mimics before. Very familiar with mimics. Oh, it's two people that live down here. I bet you there was probably some of the people that live down here. I mean, it is... You do have, like, these paths and stuff that are put in place, so... For someone to have put in, you know, like walking paths like this, for these to be down here, someone would have had to use this space or something. Even if they were just coming down here to store stuff, or yeah, see, if you pick the same path as the person, this is the difference. That's it. You get an extra chest there. But it doesn't change the RNG of getting the specialty items, so. wonder how many people got bonked by those things the first couple times. Like, I can recognize a mechanic. Four, five. Apparently that plays a big role in the Criterion and the Criterion Savage. 2, 5. I mean, I can predict a lot of things, but I don't know how they're put together. Because you would have to do every, you know, before going into the Criterions, you'd want to do every path, honestly, would be the best method. Just rainbow things. Hey, my bubble got moved. One, 6. I hit by the fire. Oh, yes on that one. One, 6. You just die. See, I had to go through too many of those. Honestly, you had it, you know, had more people, that would have been done sooner. But no, I have to repeat that process so many times because of it. Alrighty. Ugh. So we go to the achievement to get our mount. Stasis. I'm gonna run over here. Let's see how, what kind of value on these. Wow, this just drops a whole ton, and people don't know how to sell 350. 349. But people learn how to do market board. Wow, 144,000. This does not drop that much. Doing my math right. There we go. And like I said, I sell these and they're not worth much anyway. But if you did something where the magic prisms, you could hold them, like I was saying, if you did it and then you come over here to this guy and turn them in, turn them in for something here, that would actually be worthwhile. Let's see. I don't know if I have this. Yeah, I don't have any of this stuff yet. So, and then that, and then now that we've completed, and I bet you this one has the last saying. Here it is, O wayfarer of land and sea, hear me. Turning around the Aloalo the gods twice, passing the sparrow, then the whale, returning the turtle. Bow before the wise traveler to earn his blessings. I wonder if in here... if there were indicators to the see, there's nothing in here that leave the coffin untouched. Stand facing the Valorous spirit, form a single bow, offer your respects for life well lived. Celebrate the warrior's greatest victory, then kneel in a moment of reflection. Okay, so that is in there, and then in Rock-On, that's more. If fortune you seek, know that our light glows bright within twilight's reach. 'Tis the calming of fire, celebration, and entreats. Yeah, so in Rock-On it does also tell you. So there are hints in the books. You just got to read the little stories. I never paid attention to them enough to get the alternate endings. But we have and then we have our mount. Gonna have to go somewhere and use it. Just go to my house. I won't be able to fly, but I mean, technically she's gonna pick us up and run around with us anyway, so. Mount. She's already got her hands down. She's ready to pick you up. This mischief-loving fairy was originally companion to a scholar, but her ether refused to disperse in the wake of Master's death. After enduring a dull existence for long years, she found in you someone who could provide her with excitement. Thus did she weave an avatar of herself to join you on adventures. She does lift you up pretty high. I mean, it is a decent distance off the ground. I don't look like I'm having fun, though. But, I mean, it's a little bit of distance. Does she have you? Supposedly, you're grabbing your collar. It kind of looks like what she's supposedly grabbing, but man, it's like, put me down. Put me down. Stop messing with me. And the mount music is the Aloalo Island music, which is good. I did like that music. It was pretty. It's fairly mellow. This is just be like flying around and listening to the music. I do like this better than. Let's see if we can find the guy. Wonder how much it's selling for right now. Than the other mount, the Criterion mount. Those Island Adenium. Boundaries of Steeds. Pretty sure that's the one. Oh no, this is the island stuff. Island. Oh, there it is. Quackwa Horn. 26 million. 26.5 million. Yeesh. Sheesh. I can't do it. But sheesh. That is up there. But I mean, it's not like Amanda's 7. There's only 4 on the board. Yeah. I mean, people have been buying it, so. Yeah, not picking that one up. Even the Sildaw throne is still high up, I think. But, I mean, not many people do Criterion, so. But yeah, so that was the finishing of Aloalo Island. And our journey with Matsuya. I still got some more runs to get the last few gear pieces, but outside of that, I'll eventually get to those, but still haven't finished all my rock-ons, so. But yeah, thanks for joining along. If you are a Final Fantasy enjoyer, oh, we didn't look at the minion. But if you are a Final Fantasy enjoyer, I hope you're enjoying it. I mean, there's... Wait a minute. We have a chameleon and then a repula. Look the same, except they just flip the colors around. Pass battle. So I got this guy the other day as well. Crab. Can't select my minion. Side. Here. Oh, that's weird. I can't. I guess I could just use my mouse to click on them. And you will eat out of your hand. the backend doesn't do anything, I'm not going to try any of those stuff. I'm not good with minions, understanding how they function and work, but like I said, if you're enjoying it, I hope you are enjoying it. Don't forget to do YouTube's like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing. And as always, we're gamers. Keep enjoying gaming. And see you next time.